Good morning.
Morning, morning, morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Motivational Moment in the Morning. I am Portia Wilkins.
Jared Wilkins this morning.
Excited to be with you all on today. We are here Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time for 20 minutes of power and inspiration to help you start your day off on time and on top.
On top is the key thing. On time and on top. Listen, we had a phenomenal time yesterday with the Purpose Masterclass. And so for those of you that joined us in that VIP Vision Impact Partner exclusive, I'm telling you, man, it was lit.
I live my best life.
Yeah, it was all the way real, all the way relevant and raw. So we call it Rated R. It's going to be up for another 24 hours. So if you haven't joined
Not another.
for 24 hours.
Yes.
I apologize.
Yeah.
So if you haven't joined the When Dreams Collide Facebook group,
Right.
you want to make sure you do that because you cannot share that video. It cannot be shared. It's not going to be public information. It was about a 2-hour session. And I'm telling you, the questions that came in, the interaction was at an all-time high.
Laughter.
Laughter was there, like uncontrollable laughter.
I cried laughing.
Yeah. But truth was given as well, and
Yes.
people walked away from that session with such a clarity of what to do, how to implement,
Yep.
and next steps to take in their process. So we're excited about that. This morning, it's going to be phenomenal. Matter of fact, for those of you that were a part of that session, you know that the call today, the broadcast today was birthed in terms of the topic from that particular session. So we're excited about this morning. If you haven't done so, do us a favor. Share this video, not now, but right now. I want you to share it on your Facebook walls because people will be scrolling and they will see it. Put it in your Facebook groups. People that are connected to you need to be marching to the same drum because they're branches of the same tree and cut from the same cloth. You know people that need to be tagged. You can @ their name and tag them in the comments into this video so we can have this shared with people that you know, people that you love and care about as well.
Let us know where you're chiming in from. What city, what country. Put your country flag in the comments. Put your country flag in there. Let us know. Represent. For your
Represent,
people.
yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is that you are joining from. Do us a favor. Make sure you're sharing the video. Put live in the comments if you're live this morning with us. If you are watching the replay, put in replay in the comments here so we know that you're joining on the replay, and we love to interact during and after the call with you as we continue to do what it is that we're doing. We're excited.
Make sure you like the When Dreams Collide page on Facebook.
Yes.
Join the group, as we said. Follow us on Instagram.
IG.
At When Dreams Collide. We're on Instagram, okay? And then also you can get your moment when you want it on iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, and on our website, whendreamscollide.com. You can watch the replays there and listen to the replays on the other platforms. But we got it all set up. So however you like to sit, whatever your favorite platform is, it's on there.
It's on there. You want to listen to it, you want to watch it, you want to rewatch it. However, we've got it all on the platforms because it's not good enough to be at the right place at the right time. In this day and age, you've got to be everywhere all the time. And so we are making sure that, those of you that are connected to us, those of you that are inspired by some of the things we teach about and live, you get a chance to have that and also share it. So are we ready to get started? We're almost there?
Well, go ahead.
We're almost there. Keep sharing. She's setting up all the platforms, just like we talked about, to make sure that it gets out. But in the meantime, in between time, let us know where you are broadcasting from. Let us know if you're in Germany, Jamaica. Let us know if you're here in Houston or Huntsville. Let us know if you're in Hearn.
Beaumont, Botswana. Did you just do that again?
I said Hearn. I'm representing.
I put you on blast yesterday. Do you see the clip?
I'm putting you on.
No, I don't like the tone in which you said it, sir.
No, Hearn.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Hearn.
You and Hearn. Be excited.
Exuberant, yes. I'm excited about Hearn.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the top of the line, Hearn, right here. This is Hearn. This is Hearn's best work, right here.
Baby.
Yeah, so we're here. But make sure you let us know where you're broadcasting from, sincerely and seriously. We love to know where you are, because we're putting together a travel schedule for 2019. And so many of these places that you live in, that you reside in, we are going to be traveling. We can't wait to see many of you right here in the U.S. and abroad. It's going to be a very productive 2019, I can tell you. We're going to be all over the world, and so we're looking forward to seeing, based on your comments as well, where many of you live and where many of you reside, because that's where we're going to see you first, okay?
All right, let's get this.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, kings and queens. Good morning, world changers. Good morning, vision carriers. Good morning, students of excellence. Good morning, family. Good morning, VIPs, Vision Impact Partners. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. I am excited about your future. Yeah, I am. I said I'm excited about your future. That's why I want to talk to you from a thought this morning: working, watching, waiting. Would you write that in the comments? Working, watching, waiting. Jared, what in the world do you mean? I have discovered in our life, if you were really to categorize a person or identify a person that is headed down the road of destiny, it's a person that's working, watching, and waiting. It's a three-dimensional prong. It is the basis and the foundation of someone that not only has a dream, but has decided to wake up and pursue it.
That's right.
When you begin to look at an individual, many of the people that you admire, many of the people that inspire all of us, at some point in their journey, some point in their career, whether it was political, whether it's in the private sector, maybe it was in the public sector, maybe they are an author or a minister or some type of entrepreneur, they had to work, they had to watch, and they had to wait. Working. What does the work look like? Many of us have what we think are passion projects, or what we think is purpose fueled. But many of the times, without the work, it becomes a pipe dream.
That's right.
You must get to the point where you begin working. I'm working on my dream. I'm working on my vision. I'm working on my craft. Well, what's the work look like? It means you're up early, working. You go to bed late, working. You ought to be working, not just physically, but mentally. I'll never forget a mentor of ours many years ago said he was working his dream in his mind. He said, I'm working the business with my mind. And I used to laugh like, oh, he's parked, he's lazy now, he's not really working, he's having, everybody else work. But it's so true. Working with your mind, you're constantly thinking about it. You're thinking of strategies of how to monetize and how to maximize your work, because you've got to use your mind, you've got to use your mouth, and you've got to use your muscle in the work aspect. You use your mind, because I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking of the strategies. I'm thinking of the people, because if you put the right people on the right seats of the bus, then you can get to the destination faster. The challenge with many of us in the work phase is we may be working, here it is, with the wrong people. Not only are you working with the wrong people, you're attempting to have people that are blind to proofread your vision. In other words, you are asking people that are impotent to produce to give you the seed you need in order to produce a harvest. And so the working phase, I don't want to hear about the dream anymore. I don't want to hear about your ideas of grandeur. It doesn't matter how meaningful or how well thought out your plan is. Show me your work. In life, you don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. Would you post that in the comments? Share this message right now. You don't get what it is that you wish for, you get what it is that you work for. So you've got to be willing to put in the work. Now, while you're working, watch this, you must be watching. Yeah, it's not good enough just to work. You also have to be watching. Jared, what in the world am I watching? Some of us are watching Scandal. And your life is scandalous. Yeah, you're watching the repeats of Scandal. Some of us, we're watching Real Housewives of Atlanta, I'm coming for you too, ma'am. You're watching Real Housewives of Orange County. You're watching some of these other non-productive shows, what they call trash TV. That's okay sometimes to watch Basketball Wives and catch you a negative moment. Yeah, you got to balance this thing out, because sometimes what happens with us, we become so heavenly bound, we are earthly no good. You cannot connect with the things that people are watching, where they're pulling from. You have to be able to speak their language. But what are you watching? What you should be watching are people and things that are in alignment with your assignment. Right. What you ought to be watching is where you're going. You know, when you see a child, and we used to do this with Chandler, we still have to do it with Chandler when she's coming down the steps, or when she's going somewhere, she may get so engaged or enthralled with something she's seeing on TV or watching or looking at us, and we say, watch where you're going. Yeah, you got to watch where you're going, meaning I'm looking at people that are further than where I've gone, working in an area that I'm working on. Because why? I got to watch where I'm going. I'm studying them. I'm studying the patterns. Why? Because success leaves clues. I don't need to know how to draw success, but I can learn how to trace it. Would you write that down? You don't need to know how to draw success, but you can learn how to trace it. Why do I do that? Because when I'm around success, when I'm around the objective, when I'm around people that are pursuing purpose similar to mine, it demystifies success, where it doesn't become this arduous task for me to mentally compartmentalize. If I see somebody doing it, I begin to get inspired. Oh, if she can do it, I can do it. If he can set it up like that, I can set it up like that too. If we've got similar talents, similar skills, now I just got to watch so I can see how they've worked it. See where maybe they have gone astray. See maybe, where they've gone to the left, or where I need to go to the right. Because I'm not attempting to duplicate them. I want to practice the principles so I can participate in the promise. So you're working on it. You're watching others that have gone further. And then watch this. You start waiting. Oh, yeah. That's the thing that most of us think is too far to remember, where you've got to be patient. You've heard patience is a what? It's a virtue. See, I'm waiting. I'm not hoping. I'm not wishing. I'm waiting. Why am I waiting? Because every farmer knows you sow in one season and you don't reap in the same one. You don't reap in the same season that you sown. Can I say it this way? The seed that leaves your hand, it never leaves your life. Did you hear me? Would you write that down, please? Post it on social media. Let's share this right now. Come on, y'all. The seed that leaves your hand, it never leaves your life. Yeah, it goes into your future where it is then multiplied. See, what happens with many of us is we sow seeds. And we've sown the right seeds. We've done the work. We've watched people do it. And we've sown those seeds. But because we slip out of waiting into doubting, we go dig up our seed. Yep. We go dig up our seed. I don't know if it's going to work for me. I don't know if I'm going to be successful here. Right. I don't know if this is where God has led me. I don't know. And every time you say, I don't know, you've dug up the seed. Every time you say, maybe it won't work, you've dug up the seed. See, uncertainty, write this down. Uncertainty is the proof that you are out of faith. Woo! Uncertainty is the proof that you're out of faith. Why, Jared? Because faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not yet seen. And so when I am in faith, I have a faith not only walk, I've got a faith talk. Yeah, we call them faith confessions. We know people call them affirmations. You start affirming. See, when you affirm your faith, you're pouring fertilizer on it. See, when you're in the waiting season, this is when faith is being tested, because a faith that has not been tested is a faith that cannot be trusted. When you are in the waiting season, and everybody knows when you go to a hospital, they may have the best doctors, they may have the best physicians, they have the best care program, they've got the best nurses, they've got the best equipment, but everybody knows no matter who you are or how bad you're bleeding, you have to stop at the waiting room. There's a waiting room in every hospital for you to be mended and fixed. fixed. And just like there's a waiting room in the hospital, there's a waiting room for your dreams. There's a waiting room for your objective. There is a waiting process. And here's what many people do. We get into the waiting room, and here's what we do now. We begin to compare our wait time to other people's wait time. Well, baby, you didn't come in here just to fix a little finger. You didn't come in here just to fix a little toe. Baby, we are about to do orthopedic surgery on your life. We've got to, here it is. We've got to cut out certain people. We've got to cut out certain infections. We've got to remove toxic things that have built up over time in your body. So you may have to wait on the proper surgeon. He may be backed up. They may be backed up. We have to get your paperwork completed. But because I've been working, because I've been watching people go through this same process, I saw that my predecessors, it didn't happen for them overnight. I'm encouraged that this will happen for me night after night. So I'm working. Not only am I working, I am watching. I'm watching what's going on. I'm in tune with what's happening. I'm in tune, Issachar anointing, with the times. I'm seeing things shift. I'm seeing things move. And I've got to be, here it is, I have to have the nimbleness of mind and the flexibility of thought. I've got to have the liquidity of thought and the nimbleness of mind to be able to move with the times. Yeah, because what happens with us while we're working and we're watching, we can become arthritic in our disposition. We can become arthritic in our mind, even as young people. I've never met so many miserable millionaires in my life. You are a millionaire and you're miserable. What good does it profit a man to gain the whole world and yet lose his soul? Working, watching, and waiting.
Amen. That's the word.
Yes.
That is the word. Listen, working is required to achieve and receive anything. You got to put in the work. You have, write this down and remember it, plug it into your heart. You have no right to anything you did not pursue.
Yeah.
You have no right to anything you do not pursue. So if you didn't go do the work to acquire that, then you have no right to it.
At all.
If someone else has it, they did the work to acquire it, you have no right to what's theirs.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want something that nobody else has and you are sitting at home complaining and just talking and not working to go get it, you have no right to it.
At all.
So if you want the right to obtain something, you have to pursue. You have to produce. You have to put in work. And last night when we were talking in the Purpose Masterclass, in regards to the production of it, understanding that purpose is different from pipe dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? And so where there's purpose, there's production. There's profits. There's something. There's a sign. God confirms his word with signs following.
Mm-hmm.
And so the only way to confirm it, like, you got to participate in that. You have to be working. If he gave you a word,
mm-hmm.
you need to work on that word so he can give you, you are in position to see the sign. He gave you the word, you work on that word, and then you'll be able to see the sign. You'll be in position to see the sign that he's going to send.
Yeah.
The work is required. The Bible tells us in Proverbs 13 and 22, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is stored up in the hands of the righteous. A good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. Now, how on earth will he leave an inheritance if he's not working?
An inheritance of bills.
Right. Come on. Oh, baby,
debt.
listen. Okay. Let's dial it back. You can leave an inheritance of something. You will. It is inevitable. A man will leave an inheritance. A bad man leaves an inheritance of bills. A good man leaves an inheritance of wealth, of wisdom, of knowledge, of tools, of resources, of things that the children's children can use to go and produce bigger results. So they don't have to start where you started.
Right.
They can start where you stopped.
That's right.
And keep going and keep building upon that. You look at all of these billionaires and super wealthy people of the world. What do their children do?
Mm-hmm.
They inherit companies.
Yeah.
They inherit businesses. They inherit wealth.
Yeah.
And if they were raised properly to honor what they had, they go on and do bigger and greater things with what their parents gave them.
Very true.
Even some of the politicians. Their parents gave them a couple of $100,000, $1 million, whatever, to launch their businesses and do their thing that they're doing now, and they built bigger businesses. That's the purpose of you working. You don't live to work. You work so you can go and live.
That's right.
So some of you are not living, you're just existing because you're not, number one, you're not working hard enough, and you're not working hard enough in the place and in the area where you need to be, where your purpose to be. In some places, your season is up, and you still working, and there's no production. Where purposeful work is, production follows.
Correct.
Where purposeful work is, production follows. So if there is no production, that work that you're putting into that place is no longer purposeful. It's time for you to go. You got to work. The next thing is watching. You have to see what other people are doing, how they're doing it, so you can do one or two things. Either learn what to do and learn what not to do.
Yeah.
Eat the meat, spit out the bones. You understand? Take what you can of the good, of the positive,
Yes.
and use that, leverage that for what it is that you're working on, that you're doing, and leave the negative things and the ugly things behind. Hebrews 13:7 says, remember those who rule over you, your leaders, who have spoken the word of God to you, who have spoken life over you, who have encouraged you, who have provided counsel and wisdom to you, whose faith you follow. Consider the outcome of their conduct. Remember those who are in leadership positions that you are connected to. Your boss, your mentor, your upline, all of those people, the owner of the company, all of those things. Remember, look at all of those things. Be observant of all of those things, because if they're speaking into you, then that means you're going to duplicate what it is that they're doing, what they do, because words are spirit. You will begin to take on the personalities of those who are around you. So it's important for you to partner with the right people. But the Bible tells us, consider the outcome of their conduct. What is the fruit that they are producing? You judge a tree by the fruit that it bears.
That's right.
What kind of fruit are they producing? Because whatever fruit they are producing, that lets you know what's coming for you.
Wow.
That's your future. I remember when I worked in corporate America, I used to be a brand manager for a very, very large company, multi-billion-dollar company. And my boss was the VP of that department. And she worked like crazy. I did too. You know, I was in my 20s. I was single, had no kids, none of that. And so I worked, put like 60, 70 hours a week. Okay.
Go on that.
And she was right there with me every single day and every single night. And then I saw her one day switch out the pictures of her children on her desk.
Wow.
And the child went from a baby to looking older. And then I realized she has a family. I've never seen them because she with me all the time.
You're the family.
Like, she has a whole family at home, and here she is switching out the picture of this child, a child whose life she's missing out on because she's here. She's literally watching her kids grow up through pictures.
Wow.
And in that moment, I had I woke up so strong. I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, I know she drives a Porsche or whatever, and I want one, but I'm not willing to watch my children grow through pictures to get it. I had to observe the outcome of her conduct. And I saw my future. I wasn't willing to watch my kids grow up through pictures, so I had to find another way to get my Porsche. And I did. Amen. It took a decade, but I got it. Right? So, again, you have to, that's just one example, but there's so many others where you have to look at the people that you're connected to. Because who you're connected to is taking you somewhere. You have to watch what they do. If they are even watch how they interact with their spouses, if they're married. All those things matter. If you are going to submit, you see, the understanding you get is directly connected to who you stand under.
That's right.
So if you are standing under someone who is doing things that are not in alignment and support your character or support what it is that God has called you to do or support the word, then you got to pay attention to that. Like, okay, I've gotten what I can from this place. Let me go and move on to the next. You have to observe the outcome of their conduct. Watch everybody and everything. Now, when I say watch, it doesn't mean be nosy. It doesn't mean be messy and go and report and screenshot and do all that other stuff. Meaning, I got a mental note.
That's right.
I heard what you said. I saw what you did.
That's right.
It's locked up right here.
Correct.
And you don't even have to tell them that you know. that's so power. There's so much power in that. That quiet confidence, that quiet knowledge, because they're steady going on about their thing, doing things their way. They don't even know you saw what they did. So now, ask yourself the same question: what do you not know people saw? Observe your conduct and the conduct of others. So that's watching. And then the third one is waiting. God is the author of time.
That's right.
He's not subject to time. Time is subject to him.
That's right.
Time moves when he says move. Time goes when he says goes. Time stops when he says stops. He loves us so much. He can stop time. He can move the sun, rearrange the moon, do all those things he needs to do to get his our blessing to us.
That's right.
So he doesn't have to yield to what the time says.
At all.
I believe in miracles. I believe it's still suddenly season. And
Yes.
so in a sudden, my season can change because I serve a God who can change it.
That's right.
You understand?
Very much
So Habakkuk 2 and 3, we've all heard it. We all know it. We all have lived it. For the vision is for an appointed time.
Wow.
It doesn't go fast. It's for an appointed time, people. I know you want it to be today. I know you wanted it to be yesterday. And the Bible says, though it tarries,
Wait.
though it delays, it will not tarry. It will surely come. Though it delays, it won't delay, but it's gonna. How does that even work? Like, what? I was so confused when I read that for the first time. It says, though it delays, it's gonna come. It will not delay. What that's saying is when it shows up.
When it shows up.
When it shows up.
Not if.
When
Yeah.
it shows up, because it's coming. It's going to show up. When it shows up, it's going to feel so good.
Oh,
it's
my
going to
gosh.
feel so amazing.
Yeah.
You're going to forget that it took as long as it did. You're going to be like, you know what? That's the right time.
Yeah.
Because had he given it to me 10 years ago, I would have messed it up.
That's right.
Because I wasn't ready for it.
At all.
See, a lot of times you say, oh, I'm waiting on God. No, he waiting on you to get your stuff together. He waiting on you. That's the waiting. He's waiting on you to get you together so he can send you what you asked for. Because he knows you.
Right.
He knows everything about you. He made you.
That's right.
And he knows that if he gives it to you right now, you'll completely destroy it. You'll sabotage all the relationships. You'll mess up the business. You'll blow away the money. You'll start getting cocky and arrogant, disrespectful and dishonorable to the people who helped you and who supported you.
Very much so.
Listen, it's going to come. It's for an important future time. It hurries toward the goal of fulfillment. It will not fail. It will not fail. Though it delays, wait patiently for it because it will certainly come. It will not delay. This is the amplified version. Listen, rest on that word. He's telling you it's going to come. It won't delay.
Yeah.
So you can wait.
Yeah.
Just because you're waiting doesn't mean you're idle. We talked about this before, and I'll pass it back over to my husband. When you go to a restaurant, the person who serves you and checks on you, brings you your food, is called a waiter.
That's right.
While you're waiting on your food, the waiter is still serving you. So while you're waiting on God, you need to still serve him.
Right.
By showing up, by doing the work, by working, by watching while you're waiting.
That's right.
So that when the blessing comes, when it shows up, it's that much greater.
Yeah.
You got to work.
Yeah.
You got to watch. And then you got to wait.
WWW. Working, watching, waiting. That's it. With that, ladies and gentlemen, God bless you. God bless your families. And God most certainly bless your dream.
Thank you so much for watching us on today. Make sure you like the When Dreams Collide page on Facebook. Join the group as well. We're going to be in there interacting and commenting and connecting with all of you there. Make sure you follow us on Instagram.
IG.
Follow us on Instagram. Not now, but right now. When Dreams Collide on Instagram. Also, you can get this moment right here on iTunes, SoundCloud, as well as YouTube. And you can visit our website, whendreamscollide.com. Watch Motivational Moment in the Morning on demand so you can get your moment when, where, and how you want it. And we will see you guys when, honey?
Tomorrow, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're right back at you.
Bye, guys. God bless.